Hey, what's up, Army? I'm back. And so are you. Welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to share this space with me. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. I just heard that in my head. So good to see you too. I got some channeled messages here that I'm going to get into. Try and make it as short and sweet as possible. I feel like once I start going through the channel messages, they just pile on top of each other. And once again, I had to stop and just record because it was just going and going. I don't just jump into my readings. I set up first. And yeah, let's just get into it. All right, so past couple days I've been getting a couple messages. One of them is Spirit is telling me that there are people that are watching my readings in order to somehow test me, test what I know, test my temperature, test whether or not I'm going to receive them well, test and see what's coming towards me, there are people, okay, because there are two different energies. There's energy with ill intentions and there's energies with pure intentions, both hiding behind a screen, both using my readings to somehow figure me out and figure my life out and see where my head is at. I'm not really sure what whoever you are trying to figure out. But I can tell you that until you're able to face me and ask me yourself, the only thing you will ever continue to get instead of answers is confused. If you're confused about me, you're supposed to be. These are general readings. They're not personal readings, and they're not readings about my personal life. While I may relate to the energy in these readings, they are not specifically about me. And if you're trying to figure out me and my life based on my readings, like I said, instead of answers, you will continue to get confused. Once again, these are general readings, not personal readings. And while you may resonate with some of the reading, it does not mean that all of it is for you. I'm reading for more than one person. I don't have a ginormous collective, but there are quite a few people who watch me regularly. And please continue to take what resonates and leave what does not. Once again, I say this in my description box and I will say this again. These messages are for confirmation of your story, not creation. And I'm not here to tell you about anybody else but you. The energy surrounding you may come up, but when that happens, you will know who I'm talking about. It's not going to be a secret. It's not going to be confusion. It's none of that is going to happen. That is total Cliff Notes version of what I have written down here. If you feel called out by me, I'm going to say this again. If you feel called out by me, know that I don't know who's watching me. So if you feel called out by me, know that it's not me. It's Spirit calling you out. Please know that. Yeah, that's it. If you can't watch maturely and responsibly, then maybe you don't need to be watching tarot. What else? Okay, so we're going to move on from that. I didn't want to give that too much attention anyway. The last couple of days have also been picking up on this scenario, which I find it interesting and kind of funny, kind of ironic, and I hope I can explain it well. I wrote it down the best way that I can. There is how do I start it out? I don't like to say You are the empress. You are the emperor. You are this person. You are that person. Because once again, I don't know who's watching me. Okay. So I'm just given the energy. I'm given the emotions. I'm given the visions, the pictures, and it is really for you to translate where you fit into the messages that are coming through. Okay. So there is a feminine, a masculine, and a feminine. Now, when I say feminine, masculine, feminine, does not mean physical. That doesn't mean woman, man, woman. Take it however it fits. These people are acting in their feminine, masculine, feminine energy. Okay. Try my best not to confuse you. Please follow me. When I don't say you, when I don't assume who's watching me, I get confused too. So it gets difficult for me to translate the energy when I'm just juggling the energy and I'm not really sure who's watching me. So I appreciate your patience. 606. So we have feminine, masculine, feminine. This masculine, and this, I wish I had 3 hands right now. This masculine and this feminine. There are people surrounding these two, as well as these two people, that are the people surrounding them are convinced that they are meant to be together. This feminine is or was, and you'll know why I say that in a minute. This feminine is or was convinced that this masculine is her quote unquote counterpart, her soulmate, her twin flame, whatever it is you want to call it. Personally, I believe we're all soulmates, but we'll get into that another day. This feminine is a significant figure in the people surrounding this masculine and feminine. Okay. This feminine wants this masculine. This feminine wants to control this masculine. This feminine wants to do whatever it takes to keep this masculine away from this feminine. I hope you're still following me. This masculine, this masculine energy is tricky for me. This masculine is focused on this feminine. But this masculine is doing everything to keep this feminine focused on him. While this feminine believes that this masculine is her counterpart, the reason she believes that is because of the efforts of this masculine. This masculine knows that vibrationally they are not a match. But he doesn't care. All he wants to do is keep this feminine focused on him. And all this feminine wants to do is keep this masculine away from this feminine. This feminine believes that whatever she's doing, whether it's spell work, I'm not going to say people don't do spell work. I know damn well people do spell work. Whatever she's doing to keep this masculine from this feminine, she thinks it's working because they're not together. But that's not the case. It's they're not together, not because of what she's doing, but because they are not supposed to be together. This is something deliberately orchestrated by the divine for all 3 of these parties to learn what it is that they need to learn. This feminine needs to learn to release control. This masculine also needs to learn to release control. Both of these people, this masculine and this feminine, I don't know that they're together. I don't know. Maybe they're, fuck friends with benefits. I don't know the dynamic between these two. I just know that this feminine is trying to hold on to this masculine while this masculine is looking forward or is focused on this feminine. I don't know where you fit. I do know if you are this feminine, you need to stop. You need to release control. You need to understand that whatever you're doing is not working. This feminine has become obsessed with these two not being together. So she's been doing everything she can to take them both down, basically. This masculine has become obsessed with this feminine. I was getting obsessive and possessive energy. I was getting My Precious, Gollum and the Ring. And then I heard, I'm jumping ahead, but that's fine. I heard Gollum and the Wicked Witch used up all their magic tricks trying to control your destiny. Gollum and the Wicked Witch used up all their magic tricks trying to control this feminine's destiny. Now let me just read what I wrote, okay? See, this is the part that I find funny and ironic. The feminine has been a decoy to distract from her true masculine coming in. There's all this energy surrounding this masculine and feminine to try and keep them apart, but they were never meant to be together anyway. Everyone in this scenario is meant to learn a lesson. This feminine here, if this is your play of position, Spirit is asking you to realistically look at this masculine and see him not for the distorted figure that you want him to be, but see him for what he is. This is going back to watching tarot responsibly. Let's say you're watching tarot trying to figure out what's going on in this masculine's mind, and you're like, oh my God, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Guess what? It's not him. If this person has shown you nothing but, I just heard disappointment, he's not the one. So, I was getting this image of this masculine, and this feminine completely exhausted. They have used every tactic, every manipulation, everything. This masculine has been trying to get this feminine to reach out to him or come towards him, and she's standing her ground. This feminine has been doing everything to get this masculine to come towards her or to reject this feminine, or whatever it is that this masculine and this feminine have been doing against this feminine specifically. They have gotten to a point where they have exhausted themselves. And they were allowed to believe what they needed to believe, to do what they needed to do or what they felt they needed to do. They were given opportunity after opportunity to switch it up, where this masculine, instead of trying to control this feminine, could have learned to heal himself and become a vibrational match to this feminine, but he didn't. And this feminine could have done the same thing, could have healed herself and stopped trying to control this masculine and become a vibrational match to this masculine. Or maybe she is a vibrational match where they are, because they both seem pretty controlling. But they're exhausted, and they've been exhausted on purpose. Because now they have, this is where the dodgeball reference came in. I don't know if anyone noticed the community post, but this is where the dodgeball reference came in. They have exhausted themselves while simultaneously equipping this feminine with the tools she needs to move forward towards her true counterpart. Do you follow me? Because of everything that they've done, this feminine has become finely tuned, highly aware of herself, aware of what her energy is, and aware of what the energies surrounding her are. Let me just read this, okay? Let me just read this, okay? Now they're too exhausted and too busy with the karma they've generated from their hate and control issues to ruin anything coming in for this feminine. They were allowed to do what they felt they needed to do so that they could either liberate or eliminate themselves. Either way, they will ultimately be removed from this feminine's energy. Their need for control frees her by way of them binding themselves to their own karma. They're like spiders caught in their own web. This feminine is practicing the 5 Ds. And this is where I saw the vision of dodgeball, dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge. She learned how to dodge all this being thrown at her, the manipulation from this masculine, the energy manipulation from this feminine. She learned. It says in that scene, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. These two I'm getting now the image, and I've gotten this in previous readings where there's like a race, right? And these two are like way ahead. They're way ahead, and all of a sudden they trip, they fall, and the guy all the way in the back fucking laps them. These two, instead of pacing themselves, they wanted control so bad. They gave it all they got in the beginning. They said, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to knock her flat on her fucking ass. They threw the wrenches, hoping it would take you out. They didn't start with little dodgeballs. They didn't start with little darts. They didn't start with paintballs. They started with wrenches and anvils and fucking hammers. They threw everything they could get because they were convinced that they were going to win. Now, they threw wrenches at you, hoping it would take you out. Although they hurt you, you felt the wrenches. You felt the hammers. You felt the anvils. Although they hurt like hell at first, you eventually learned to dodge them, and now you can skillfully dodge anything. We're talking about this feminine here. Now you can skillfully dodge anything. If this is you, congratulations. You reached a level of mastery. They're exhausted and all out of weapons. Thank them. Thank them. Because their hate made you the dodgeball master that you are. And then Spirit gave me master of the 5 Ds. That's what they call it in dodgeball, the 5 Ds: dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge, right? But through mastering the 5 Ds, you mastered the 5D. And I love that so much. So, like I said before, this masculine will not go near this feminine because he knows he's not a vibrational match. Okay? So he's trying to hold on energetically so she doesn't move forward. He's selfishly addicted, tries to make her undesirable to others. It's like knowing you have a treasure, but you're telling everybody else it's trash so they don't try to take it from you. It's this real Gollum energy, like I said before, and that's when I got that message. I heard my precious, I heard obsession and possession, and I heard Gollum and the Wicked Witch used up all their magic tricks trying to control this feminine's destiny. They thought black magic was the only way. Now they're haunted and desperate, and they're left with only hell to pay because you still got away. That's what I got from that energy. I hope you followed that. I really do, because it makes sense in my brain. I hope I explained it well enough. But all of that, like I said, was divine orchestration. In another one of my most recent readings, I said, you woke up just in time. This is waking up just in time. They're exhausted. They got nothing left but to face their own karma. Their only satisfaction is thinking that you still believe. This masculine's only satisfaction is thinking that he's still got you believing he's the one for you. But either you have or you will wake up to the realization that this is not your match. It's like the last reading I did. It's not there. It's there. It's not here. It's here. Literally, all you have to do at this point is turn around. And this was all done and all orchestrated. One, so that you can handle whatever gets thrown at you when you are with your person, your actual person, your true love. So you can handle it when you are in a real divine connection, because these things will be thrown at you. It was training so that you can handle what will get thrown at you when you are with your true person. But you will be handling that together, and you can show your person what the deal is. You can help your person peep game if they don't already know. So that's the first reason. The first reason is for you to learn the lessons that you needed to learn what's acceptable as love and what is not acceptable, to learn what love is and what you're willing to accept and what you need to let go of. To let go of the codependency, let go of the allowing somebody else to manipulate you by your emotions. And the second reason is so that these people have no bearing on your future. These people were allowed to exhaust themselves. I continuously get that freaking vision of the fish beating up SpongeBob, and SpongeBob like, ha ha ha. These guys are the big bully fish trying to beat the crap out of you, and it's not doing anything but exhausting them. And they have completely depleted themselves, their resources, whatever contracts they tried to make, whatever deals they tried to make in order to take you down and lost. They owe all that. That is their debt. That is their karmic debt that they will be left to deal with while you move on to your future with who you are truly destined to be with. And I think it's amazing. I think it's beautiful the way that worked out. So I said in the beginning, I think it's kind of funny. I think it's kind of funny. No revenge required. They destroy themselves. Everybody has a choice. In every moment, we all have a choice. We are all there. What is that quote? I heard this a while ago. We are all free to make our own choices, but we are not free from the consequences of those choices. They were free to make their own choices. They chose control over growth. They chose fear over faith. They chose hate over love. They are left with the consequences. And you chose to learn. Well, let me not say you. This feminine chose to learn. Learn the game. Learn the tactics. Learn the manipulation. Learn the energy manipulation. Recognizing what energy is hers and not hers. Recognizing what voices are hers and not hers. What voices are God, what voices are demons. Learning how to protect herself energetically. Learning how to connect with the divine. Learning how to follow her own intuition. Learning how to trust that even though it may hurt to walk away from some people, understanding that sometimes it's got to be done for the greater good. And that's where this feminine was. All this feminine wanted was peace. And all these two wanted was control. Good karma. Dharma, right? As they call it. That's the good karma. That's the good part. Negative karma. I got a couple more messages here. Time travel for some reason can be significant. I was guided to this shirt. I've been getting these videos popping up on my YouTube feed about time travel, about people who claim to be actual time travelers, about all these weird stories that are like supposedly urban legend, but they're actually time travelers. That's a hell of a rabbit hole to go down if you ever want to go down that one. But then it takes us back to this, where you are here facing this masculine, confused. I just heard, why won't he love me? Because he's not meant to. Because he refuses to grow. Because all he wants to do is control. So when you wake up to this, when this feminine wakes up to this and realizes that this is an empty vessel, this is a waste of time, she will immediately jump timelines into what is actually for her. This is where the jumping timelines comes in as far as this message is concerned. Then I kept tasting. I've been tasting this the last couple of days, so I don't know if you're eating this, if you like this, if you need to eat this. I keep tasting like toasted chickpeas. And then before I came on here, I was shuffling my cards and I saw somebody like literally eating their fingertips, like their fingertips were bleeding. So somebody is biting their nails to the meat, to the bone, like they're chewing their fingers like raw. And I asked Spirit, are they nervous? Are they scared? And Spirit said exposed. And then I heard Prince Diamonds and Pearls. I did not look it up. but that's what I heard. Also, one last thing, Alice in Wonderland. That was 3003 when I was trying to say that. Alice in Wonderland may be significant. Okay, I got new cards, guys. I did. I got these Garbage Pail Kids cards. I'm very excited about them, and I was cleansing them and shuffling them before I came on here, and Spirit said use the Alice in Wonderland cards. So Alice in Wonderland has been significant. That caterpillar that I saw yesterday, that I posted once again on the community page, reminded me of the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. It's the first thing I thought of when I saw it. My son said The Hungry Hungry Caterpillar, which was one of my absolute favorite books when I was a kid. I loved that book. But I thought Alice in Wonderland. And then when I was shuffling those cards, I heard use the Alice in Wonderland deck, which I don't usually use because I find it difficult to read sometimes, but maybe it's because I don't use them. So I think I'm going to leave this message here and then come back and do a reading. We'll start out with some charms, and we're going to get into the Alice in Wonderland, because I feel like if I pull cards, it's just going to give further information on everything I already said, and I already spoke 30 minutes about it, and I'm just going to leave it at that. 3131. So, yeah, if you're still with me, you are a real one, and I appreciate you. And if you like the way that I read, oh, it kills me to say this because I hate saying it, and I don't like when other people say it, but I'm going to say it. If you like the way that I read, please remember to like, share, and subscribe so you can get more readings from me and help these readings reach other people who need to hear them as well. Yeah, it's just so awkward. I feel like it's like, I don't know. I don't like saying it. I always swore I'd never say it, but maybe people need a reminder. I don't know. Your girl needs help beating the algorithm. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to take a quick commercial break and come back and get into some cards. And I will catch you guys 32 when I said that. I'll catch you guys in the next one. You're beautiful. I love you.